I thought I'd talk today about being single at Xmas. You'll probably think, going on past videos, that I'll be really sad about this. But weirdly enough for me, I actually don't mind being single at Christmas. What I usually do at Christmas is I always make the decision to just turn my dating apps off, which I'll go into a bit later. But I don't really mind being single at Christmas. I think with Christmas, have I talked about Christmas before? I think it's probably one of the things that I haven't talked about. But I think with Christmas, it just exacerbates what you're feeling. So if you're feeling sad, you're going to feel worse. If you're feeling happy, then it's a wonderful time of year and you're just going to feel alive and joyous, and it's great. I have to admit, I am a bit of a Christmas Scrooge. I'm not really that into Christmas. I find it a bit commercialised now, and without sounding like a complete bar humbug grump, I think it does lose its magic as you get older. I think maybe if I had kids, then I'd get into it again. I think Christmas is really for children, isn't it? It's about children opening presents, and when you're my age, it's a bit like, oh, it's another roast dinner. The one thing I do like is it can just be completely about me, and I can just do whatever I want, and I don't have a man telling me what to do. I can sit there and watch back-to-back Hallmark movies. No one's going to say to me, why are we watching this? I can watch whatever I want on TV, I can eat whatever I want. I suppose it should be about helping other people too, and it is getting into that cosy winter spirit. And it's obviously a more sociable time of year, and I tend to have a lot going on socially, and I'm with my family. So it probably is one of the main times of year where I don't really feel lonely. I feel like I'm around a lot of people, and I don't feel that need so much of having a partner. So what I tend to do is around Christmas time, I tend to turn my dating apps off. And why I do this is for a number of reasons. Because a lot of people will think it's Christmas, people have a lot of time. You can meet lots of people will be more likely to message because it's Christmas. But I always turn my dating apps off. The first reason is you're going to get stuck with the people that are bored. You're going to be stuck with the people that are bored over Christmas, that are messaging you because they're stuck with their family and they're bored, and they have no intention of going on a romantic date with yourself. These people should be spending time with their family, connecting with relatives, but instead they're on Tinder because they have no social skills and they're just wasting time. We've all been there, even I've been there, where you're bored, you're waiting for the Christmas dinner and you're just on Tinder, and in the back of your mind you are hoping to find someone. But I've never managed to find anyone decent at Christmas because all these people are just time wasters basically, and nothing really is going to come of it. And the second reason, which is more crucial, is that logistically you are going to be matching with people that don't actually live in your area. This is what happens when I go back to my hometown that my parents live in for Christmas. I'll be matching with people, and then I'll be matching with people that also do not live in the town. You're matching with just the Christmas people that come back for Christmas and they go back to wherever they live, which is fine if you want a long distance relationship. But I always think that long distance relationships don't work because it's a friendship. How can you have a relationship if you're just not with someone and connected to them? It can work for some people, and it does, but for me personally, I need the intimacy with someone. So that's why I don't do it. So you'll be matching with people that don't live in your area, and it is a waste of time. Yeah, I turn the apps off. But also, I think one of the most crucial reasons why I always turn my dating apps off around Christmas is because ye old fucking dusty men come out. The people that come out at Christmas are the married men. The married men seem to come out at Christmas because Christmas, as I say, it exacerbates everything. If you're feeling unhappy in your marriage, at the end of the year, it's that time where people think about changing. And as they say, when are most divorces that happen? First week of January. It's because people think, fresh start, right, we're going to get divorced. So it's when all the married men come out. And the thing is, I think with married men, there's two lots of married men. There's the married men where their marriage is over and they want to leave, and that's it. They've decided they want to leave. And there's the men, ladies, the worst type of men that are around. It's the tomcats. It's the alley cats that want to stay married. They want to have their cake and eat it. They want a bit of fun. They want to just text someone on Tinder. They want to just feel something new, novelty, validation. And they'll get on Tinder and they'll be messaging with people. And you can spot the married men a mile off, because they're the ones with no photos. Actually, they always have one. The married men always have one photo, torso, no headshot, and it always says, I can't possibly be on here because of work. Those men are the married men, and you need to stay the fuck away from them, basically. I mean, we all know they think we're stupid, but they're the married men, and they always come out at Christmas because they're not happy. And I've seen so many profiles at the moment from men that literally do not understand women at all. You'll see so many profiles from men that don't even show pictures. And they, in their head, think that women think like them. And they think that women will want to have sex without seeing what a man looks like at all. And I see, as I go on social media every now and then, I see a lot of people that say, oh, looks don't matter to women at all. Women are only interested in money and status. It is completely not true. Women go for looks as much as men. We are exactly the same. Some men on the internet or on Tinder, whatever, think that looks don't matter to women, and as long as they have a good job, we'll have sex with them. That's not how it works. This is why you get some women that will have the fling with the barman that's really hot. Women and men aren't that different. There are certain aspects that, for women that probably on the whole are different, i.e. the majority of women prefer to feel safe and connected when they have sex. That on the whole is true. But this notion that women aren't interested in looks at all is completely stupid. And I see this a lot from people that are a bit thick on social media. Also, another rant. I don't get why people just put out this thing that women are completely different to men, that women aren't interested in looks at all. Obviously we are, driven by looks and how a man looks, obviously. And also that women don't want sex as much as men. I don't know where that narrative's come from either. Women want sex as much as men. Or at least I do. I don't know. Maybe I'm a unicorn. Where am I going with this tangent? Basically, the married men come out because they're bored and it's Christmas, and you're not going to get the best matches around this time because you're going to get the cheaters, the married people, the people in relationships, the bored people, the people that want validation, the people that are lonely, and you're not going to get the best people around that time. Am I saying you'll never be able to find anyone at Christmas? Obviously not. Statistically, there will be some people that find people at Christmas. But for me, around this time, I always turn my apps off because I think it is a time to spend with your family. It's one of those few times where if you're lucky enough to have a nice family, it's that one time a year where you can just forget about, everything going on. And also, I don't really get offended when people ask me if I'm single at Christmas. I've seen some people and they take offence to it, and that's because they're not comfortable with it. Half the reason me changing my channel name was because it's just accepting how my life is at the moment, this single life. This is where my life is at the moment, and it also has different meanings of not just being single, but the fact that we get one life and we get this single life to live, and we have to live it to the best of our abilities. And if people are offended when people ask them if they're single, it's because deep down, somewhere deep inside, they're not comfortable with it. And that's half the reason I changed my name, is because I have to acknowledge this. I have to get comfortable with it and acknowledge that I am single. And I don't really take offence when people ask if I'm single, because really it's just a conversation tool that people use. When people are in a social gathering, it's an easy way to start conversation, and that's what people tend to do at work. How's your love life going? And I suppose because I talk about it on the internet, I'm quite open about it, it doesn't offend me as much. So that's why I do turn my apps off at Christmas, because I find that I get even worse luck than usually do on the apps. I think also because I think recently I've been going on apps to try and forget about somebody, and maybe I just need to be single a bit longer to really like get over that and process it. What I will say, I put a lot on myself asking someone out, and I took that rejection so personally when I really didn't need to, because in the end I found that he had a girlfriend, and even if he wanted to, he was with someone, so he couldn't. And I put so much pressure on myself internally that I wasn't good enough for someone, when in reality they just had a girlfriend. And I was putting so much on me not being thin enough, not being fun enough, not being good enough. And I just had to realise that even if I was walking around as a supermodel, even if I was like 6 foot tall, fucking Victoria's Secrets, this person's with someone else and that's who he's chosen. And I can't just internalise that and try and be better so that he'll pick me. I can't live my life like that. I think as well that's why I've just got to like switch off the dating apps a bit, because I do tend to, if someone dumps me or doesn't want me, I do tend to straight away get on the apps and try and find someone else as a way of getting over it. And that's honestly what I still work on. I think for this Christmas I'm just going to just focus on enjoying Christmas and being with my family, and try again maybe in the new year to find someone. I feel like I need a new dating app. I think I need to try Hinge.